we're seeing organizations and the employee experience now encompass the employee more as a human being. So it's a different employee experience that we need to create as leaders. So the challenges we need to solve, one are personal issues. You know, do you understand how employees feel at every touch point of their experience? Do you understand how they feel at those different parts of the journey through the organization? And the measurements and understanding of that is critical. So again, we work with organizations that go through that process, and they're not just surveying once a year now in terms of employee surveys. They're surveying across the whole year in terms of, you know, maybe twice a year, 3 times, 4 times a year. I've even worked with an organization in the past that surveyed literally every day. So they surveyed an 80th, they had 80,000 employees. So they surveyed an 80th of their people every single day, so that they had that pulse check, if you like, going through the organization of how people felt at each point. And that was across a range of values and a range of behaviors. In terms of culture, so number 2 is culture. How does the employee experience match and adhere to the purpose, value, and goals? Do leaders walk the talk? So if we're talking about safe spaces and we have values and we have behaviors around those about what's acceptable, do leaders facilitate that, and do they actually walk the talk and demonstrate those values and demonstrate those behaviors every day? The processes and systems, do they support the employee experience? And critically, that links to the technologies below. So wherever we're working from and whatever processes we're working in, do people still feel included wherever they are? Do they have the ability to work at the best? Do they feel they belong if they work totally remotely, for example? How do we integrate people into team and culture around that? And finally, voice. Are employees empowered to have a voice and feel safe? So and the freedom to challenge and innovate and be agile within their roles. So we're not talking about the ability to change their roles totally, but within the roles, within the boundaries of how they operate, do they have the ability to say, hey, we can do this better, we can do this more efficiently, I can work in a more efficient way, and having sensible discussions with leaders around that. So how do we facilitate that as an organization? So these 5 key employee experience challenges are really critical in terms of driving a culture, in terms of driving process and systems, and in terms of driving how safe people feel within organizations.